stay awake. Hello and welcome to another review here on my channel. Today we're going to look at 20 Years After, essentially. A movie from 2008, and it is a low budget direct-to-DVD movie that I don't really know that much about. That is it. It is essentially a post-apocalyptic fantasy movie or drama, essentially. And I will directly say it wasn't that interesting. But enough for that, let's just jump right into it. As the title suggests, essentially, it is 20 years after a nuclear war that essentially, well, a nuclear war, terrorism, plagues, a lot of bad, really awful things happened. And because of that, no woman has actually could get pregnant, and no child have been born in many years. And now our woman, for the first time in this many years, in 15 years, essentially get pregnant and are going to get birth to a new child for the first time. Her name is Sarah, and yeah, I don't really know how she got pregnant or something like that. Well, I know how that is actually. I know the deed, but I don't really know how she got pregnant. I probably slept through that. Anyway, many bad guys essentially want to get her and take the child from when it gets birth. I don't really know why. I don't really know. I'm looking at some of the information here. I don't get information about that either. So let's just say bad guys just want a child, but the group she's with wants to save her and the child from that is actually happening. And that is the main storyline, and that it is really simple, and it isn't much happening in it. But overall, I would say it is boring. It isn't interesting. I don't really get what is happening, and I don't really know everything I want to know, and that makes this storyline boring and uninteresting, in my opinion. It is sad that it was a little bit too confusing, even though I tried my hardest to essentially understand what is essentially happening. I couldn't get a grip of it. And that is one of the biggest problems with this movie, it is a little bit confusing in what actually happening in the world and why the bad guys essentially want the child. They probably said it, I probably didn't understand that. I look at the information here on the internet, I can't find the reasoning either, so it just feels a little bit confusing, and the story is for the most part boring, sadly, in my opinion. The acting, in my opinion, are passable. I just say that because it isn't that interesting. The actors don't really seem that they are interested or want to give a great performance, or if it is a great performance from them, I don't really know. I don't think I've seen many of them in other movies, but it just wasn't great performances, in my opinion, and for the most part it wasn't really believable that the world essentially are in a it doesn't feel like it is a post-apocalyptic world, because of the character doesn't really seem to care that much about it. And that goes down to the acting, and I don't really think it is that great, sadly. The effects and environments are subpar. Well, they are not that good either. I know that it is a low budget movie, but some low budget movies can make amazing effects. And this one, they didn't do that great, in my opinion. It was just laughable sometimes how bad it essentially was, and how inconsistent the effects could be sometimes. You know, when it comes to environments, they were just uninteresting. It doesn't look, for the most part, didn't look like a post-apocalyptic world. You had some scenes that was post-apocalyptic looking, but it needed much more in order to make me believe that these bad things that they talked about and the story essentially are surrounding, which is the nuclear war and plagues and whatever weather. I wanted more in the world to see that have actually happened. What we got didn't make me believe it, and because of that, the environmental effects just bad in my opinion. When it comes to the effects and environments, the environments are beautiful. I really like it. I really love the northern mythology. Essentially, it is really fascinating in my opinion. And seeing this in the game, it just looks phenomenal, amazing. I just love it. The effects, I will listen to talk about the graphics and everything, looks phenomenal. Everything looks really detailed, realistic, and this is on the original PlayStation 4 essentially that I play this on. On Pro it may look a little bit better, I don't know. I haven't tested it out, I haven't looked it up essentially, so yeah. So, but on the original it looks amazing, and when it comes to environments, they are amazing. I really love it, so yeah. This will be a short review because there isn't really that much to talk about in my opinion. This movie are uninteresting, doesn't look the part, and the acting are just bad. It is passable sometimes, but overall it is bad. 20 years after could have been great. I know it is a low budget movie, but some people can make amazing things with as little money as possible. I see movies that have had budgets of 10,000 or even just 5,000 and they have made amazing effects. Well, at least interesting and fun effects. It doesn't look believable, but it at least looks fun and interesting, and the environment looks fun as well. This movie, the budget that I've seen was 1 million, and it just didn't do it justice essentially. Overall, I will just say these movies are just boring, bad, and uninteresting, sadly. I wanted to like it. The premise sounded amazing, and the cover essentially sold it for me when I bought it. And sadly, I have to say this is the worst movie I have ever seen. Not because it is bad overall. As I said, some things are passable, some environments look the part, but overall, the overall experience was just boring, uninteresting, and just felt unprofessional and bad. And because of that, this is my least. This is the worst movie I've ever seen in after this part. Because of that, the final verdict for the 20 years after are going to be a 1 out of 10. The lowest score I have ever given. That's all for today, folks. Hope you next time. Bye. And hope I don't fall asleep again.